Sasa nataka kudandia. I wanna call you baby if you're ready. Kwenye moyo wangu karibia. Yani unanibamba kabisa. Na kuna kiukweli unatisha. Mimi namba 8 wewe namba 9. Ukinishika mbona watu wote watapisha. Sitaki kuwa single tena. Wewe unataka wewe sema. Cheza na micheza tetema. Nikiwa mbele nawe ufuate nyuma. Tutapenda kidogo no pressure to the kidogo unichemshe nitokote, ubaki nami pale napokwenda popote, wasikutishe waache wasokote, kama ni maneno wache waropoke, watakuita tati, nikupe penzi kama ipati yapati, sina haraka ni pole pole, nikigonja wendo doctor niponye, sitaki kuwa single tena, chochote unataka we sema, cheza na micheza tetema, nikiwa mbele nawe ufuate nyuma. Oya, tutapenda kidogo, no pressure to the kidogo, sasa nataka kudandia. I wanna call you baby if you're ready. Kwenye moyo wangu karibia. Yani unanibamba kabisa. Na kuna kiukweli unatisha. Mimi namba 8 wewe namba 9. Ukinishika mbona watu wote watapisha. Sitaki kuwa single tena. Chochote unataka we sema. Cheza na micheza tetema. Nikiwa mbele nawe ufuate nyuma. Tutapenda kidogo no pressure to the kidogo
Good morning, and welcome to the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Blackwood Fire Network Media for the 21st century. It is definitely a very beautiful a new week, and we are starting on some highest vibration. And I just played you some amazing jam by the one and only at Queen MJ. This is some amazing talented lady. I have been to her music shoots before. Everything was just so amazing. I just love how, she got to carry herself. Her music is so dope. And this was amongst her first jam. So you can imagine what she can basically get to do right now. Karibuni sana, and this is the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Blackwood Fire Network. And of course, my name is Calmie, and you are tuned into the Blackwood Fire Network Media for the 21st century. And first, before I'll even get to proceed with the show, I hope that your new week is turning out okay. I hope that your new week is turning out okay. Personally, my week is already starting on some highest vibration, and I am definitely feeling so happy about this new week. We are on the 17th day and the month is May. I mean, guys, the days are really going so fast. So make sure you do get, of course, to make the most of what is required of you. And just before you get to proceed with the show, remember you can get to log onto www.blackwoodfirenetwork.com, and once you are logged in, you can proceed and get to watch the videos that you might have missed. You can get to share these videos. You can also get to like these videos. And also another thing that you can get to do once you are logged onto our website is that you can get to listen to the daily dose of some good music that gets to play right here on the Blackwood Fire Network, a media for the 21st century. And also another thing that you can get to do is that you can get to read the blogs that are lined up there. That is on the Black Hot Fire Network media for the 21st century by simply logging onto www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. And being on a Monday, I'll just love to update us on what is happening around Nairobi. Because on my way to work, let me tell you, there has been a lot of crazy traffic. And the Kenyans, personally, they are sad. Because I was just interacting one-on-one with, okay, let me just call him my driver, one-on-one with the driver. And he was like, he's even torn in between whom he's going to vote in next. Because when he gets to take a look at the politicians that are now in power, all of them, they get to have the same traits. And he was just even, telling me how the politics of Kenya, it has been more like we the Kenyans, we are at the jaws of the crocodile. And definitely, there is no lie from that. Because take a look at the crazy traffic that is there, irrespective of different highways that have been built and so on, but there's crazy traffic. And also another thing, traffic is not even an issue because this gets to happen from time to time. But today, for all the days, I think it had just exaggerated to some point. The issue is the increase in fuel. Let me tell you, our leaders will go out here, get to take as much loans as they can, and we, the Kenyans, are the people who are going to pay for this. So that is how my Monday morning has started out. It has started by interacting with people, and they are literally complaining about being a Kenyan. I don't know, maybe to the Kenyans listening, are you proud to be a Kenyan? Of course, on the positive side, let me answer that. On the positive side, I am proud to be a Kenyan, but depending on what we are going through on a daily basis, I think I'd rather get to shift Kenya and maybe go to Tanzania because things are really getting pretty messed up right here. Remember, you can get to be interactive with me by simply that is joining me on the private chat, or of course you can get on the comment section and let me know your views regarding that. Let me know how your weekend was, considering you just 2 days ago you did have to experience the weekend, and here we are, a new week, new vibes. Because definitely, as much as many people will want to enjoy the weekend, you still gotta go out there and get to hustle for that money. So that is definitely how it is. Let me know how your weekend was. Sorry about that. Let me know how your weekend was. And of course, we are about to go back to some more jamming music session. Before you do get to come back, and I'll tell you what's really up, what is happening around, of course, not only Nairobi, but Africa also, because we do have a lot of stories for you. And remember, this is the Calmie African Diary Show, and my name is Calmie, and you are tuned to the Blackout Fire Network media for the 21st century. And before we even get to take that short break, I just did get to interact with something that says, when there's this general assumption by the people that, of course, I do not mean any offense, no offense, but it is just something that I stumbled upon. It's more like a meme, that there's this general assumption by the people that if you are ugly, you definitely know how to fight. That is a general assumption by the people, that if you are ugly, you know how to fight. And I think at some point, people are unfair in terms of the appearance of other people, because trust me, if we all could sit down and get to clone ourselves, no one will want to clone themselves in the wrong way. So this is the general assumption. I do not know if you have interacted with this, that people get to believe that if you have an ugly appearance, then you should definitely know how to fight, or you should definitely know how to fight and things like that. But then again, this is just some, this is just some a type of a stereotyping. I can say this is also some type of making other people to feel so bad about themselves. We are taking a short musical break, but when we will be back, we'll get to interact on more trending topics right here on the Calmie African Diary Show. And remember, this is the Blackout Fire Network, media for the 21st century. And earlier on, we were jamming to some Go 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 by the one and only Queen MJ right here on the Calmie African Diary Show.
Unishike unichemshe nitokote, ubaki nami pale napokwenda popote, wasikutishe waache wasokote, kama ni maneno wacha waropoke, takuita tati, nikupe penzi ndamaipati yapati, sina haraka ni pole pole, nikigonja uende dokta niponye ponye, sitaki kuwa single tena, chochote unataka we sema, cheza na micheza tetema, nikiwa mbele nawe ufuate nyuma. Oya, step, tunakwenda kidogo, go, twende go. No pressure, twende kidogo, go, twende go. Yo, go, twende go. Yo, go, twende go. No, twende go. No, twende go. Oya.
Got that sauce in it.
I've been there nursing, no money. Baby, don't talk now, mangas on the church. I've been there nursing, no money. Baby, don't talk now, mangas on the church. Lalo, I like enjoyment passing. Lalo, start to want to pop up. Lalo, I like enjoyment passing. Lalo, walking on the one street door. Confidence them to me. So why the happiness them to me? Our confidence them to me. So why the happiness them to me? I wake up the street to fetch some money. Then my work has a lot of message. Drawing up from people in the package. Last price is Lucy Success. Until you know me, brother, you know me. After you looking at me like a nobody. Baby, don't know now. Lalo, I like enjoyment passing. Lalo, start to want to pop one. Lalo, I like enjoyment passing. Lalo, walking on the one street door. Confidence them to me. So why the happiness them to me? Our confidence them to me. So why the happiness them to me? Until you know me, brother, you know me. After you looking at me like a nobody.
YSC mix.
Karibuni sana to the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Blackout Fire Network. And of course, I trust that your Monday morning is turning out quite okay. Mine is also turning out quite okay. I cannot complain regarding that. Remember, this is the Blackout Fire Network, media for the 21st century. And of course, being on a Monday, and it is a new week that is on the 17th day of the month of March. I do hope that your month has been quite good, been quite great. And I would love to start the show with this amazing fact finding about a certain fruit before we get to proceed with the show. And did you know, in terms of the facts, sometimes you get to go to the market, you just get to buy any fruits, maybe because you like the fruits, or maybe you just want to buy some fruits. But then again, it is good to always do the research on the types of fruits you're buying, because some fruits, I believe, they do have the same types of nutrients. So you do not want to go to the market getting to buy the same type of fruits over and over, different types of fruits, of course, that do have the same nutrients. And I just want to briefly highlight on one fruit that we both know about. I'm talking about the avocado fruit. And there's one astonishing fact, about this fruit that I didn't know about. But let me just start with this one. That's did you know for a fact that getting to eat an avocado fruit, it helps reduce certain heart diseases? There you have it. I understand that the more you get to live, the more you are prone to some diseases, which actually it has been made more like very much common, that you reach a certain age, you are battling with diseases, and they have just made it common, as opposed to back then in the days where we didn't have people ailing from diseases when they did get to reach a certain age. So nowadays you're just so sure that when I hit maybe around 50, when I hit around this certain type of age, I'm going to battle with this and this. You can just basically get to invoke a lot of avocados, maybe making smoothies, maybe making some guacamole out of it, just depending on how you love yourself served some avocado. And also another thing is that avocados, they are known to be low, and that is to be low in carbs, and they are rich in fiber, and they are some healthy fats. So there you go. If you we do understand that nowadays some manufacturing companies, in terms of oils, they do get to produce oil that when you have prepared a meal, and after that a meal is already it's already, of course, I mean, it's ready to be taken. You get to realize that that meal basically gets, to like, I mean, when it's cold, the oil gets to clog, and as a result, you start having issues like thrombosis and so on affecting you. But there's this standing fact about the avocado plant that it says, I don't understand that you've all seen an avocado fruit. That's Did you know that the avocado is shaped like the pregnant uterus and it has a big swollen seed inside? Did you know that the avocado can reduce the risk of cervical cancer, and also it aids in health of the womb development of the baby? And also another thing is that an avocado takes 9 months to ripen. So there you have it. I believe we have some there's a lot of impact on feminism. It's not feminism. There's a lot of impact in terms of what a woman can do to nature. And the nature, I've just come to agree that nature is so feminine in itself. I've just come to agree from reading that fact that the avocado takes 9 months to ripen. And also, if you take a look at at the seed and the formation in the avocado, most of the time it is shaped upside down, just the same way at the formation of a pregnant uterus, just the same way it is. And there are, of course, different fruits that do have that of course do get to share the same feminine in terms of what nature gets to do with in terms of being a lady. They just get to go hand in hand. That is a fact that you have learned about the avocado. Perhaps you can get to use it in terms of getting to reduce some health risk. I'm talking about the likes of cervical cancer. I'm also talking about the likes of heart diseases. So instead of going to the market and getting to just buy some random oil, and this oil gets to clog in your system after the food is cold, and as a result you definitely do not want to be going from one doctor to another. Remember, my name is Calmie, and this is the Calmie African Diary Show, and you are tuned into the Black Fire Network, media for the 21st century. And of course, today we do have a very interesting topic. I'll be taking you all the way to Liberia, because I believe we have not given Liberia a lot of limelight. And perhaps you can feel free, of course, to interact with me. You can feel free to give in your views regarding the topic of the day. That is in terms of, the life of a dictator. That is in terms of the life of a Liberian dictator. Perhaps you are wondering who is the dictator of the day. I'm talking about the one and only, that is the late Samuel Ado. There's just some interesting facts that I did get to see. And I'm just wondering, perhaps, should our people get to do the same thing? Should our people get to do the same thing that was done to Samuel Doe? And of course, we just get to interact with that as we get to proceed with the show. Remember, this is the Calmie African Diary Show, and you are tuning to the Blackwood Fire Network Media for the 21st century. And you can get to that is, you can get to take a look at some of our work by simply logging onto www.blackwoodfirenetwork.com. And once you are logged in, you can proceed and get to watch these videos. You can get to share these videos. You can also get to like these videos, because the knowledge shared gets, of course, to eliminate ignorance in the society, because we do not want to be a society that is ignorant of some facts. But then again, education is the key. I'm talking about real education. I'm not just talking about just random education. In terms of education, I'm talking about digging the facts, getting to evaluate these facts, and getting to really gauge them, and at the end of the day, coming out and about with a conclusion that basically makes sense. That is what we are all about. And before we could start on the topic of the day, I'll just love to highlight on one thing. I think I've come to realize that nowadays, if you get to interact with any individual, any individual just on the streets, or maybe you ask them their second name, wanting to know where they are coming from, most of the time, of course, you get to realize, oh, they are coming from this and this tribe. But when you get to sit with them one-on-one and try to communicate in their vernacular language, most of the time, these people do not know how to reply you. Or some people tend to assume that they do not know their mother tongue. And I've just come to realize that the issue with mother tongue is being lost. These are some of the languages that are going to be lost. Of course, with them, we'll get to definitely discuss that one more. In terms of history on Wednesday, but these are some of the languages that we believe they're going to be lost in the near future. And mother tongue is not left behind. That most people rather communicate in Swahili or English rather than get to communicate in their local dialect. And as a result, every generation is changing. So as a result, you get to see that this new coming generation does not really understand anything about their local dialect. Some of them do not want to be associated with their local dialect because they believe it is wayward, because they believe it really does not get to portray them as a person in the society. And as a result, I think we are going to lose our African languages if we are not so sure. So I believe this is also something that needs to be really looked into. And perhaps you can tell me your views regarding that. How many of you can proudly stand and get to communicate in your local dialect? For some people, I cannot blame them. Some people are born in the city and so on. But then again, once you are an adult, it is your role to find out where you are coming from. It is your role to find out the existence of your people, the existence of your language, because they say, whatever your mind has been fed at an early age as a child, you have a right as an adult to make a change into what you were fed, in quotes, as a child. As an adult, you have every right to dig, research, and be able to ascertain where you are coming from, and be able to communicate, to know your culture, to know your people, to know where you are coming from. Because trust me, in the near future, I believe some traditions will be forgotten. I believe some languages will become extinct just because people believe that in communicating in our colonial languages that were introduced to us. I'm talking about English. I'm talking about, of course, English and maybe French and so on, that you believe you are doing what is right. I'm proud, as much as I really do not know the entire of my local dialect, but every time I am in the village, I can clearly hear what they are saying. I can clearly, get to communicate with what they are saying. So let me know, do you believe that the local dialect is slowly eradicating from our society? Because I believe we are not keen with our history. I believe that a lot is not being done in terms of that. Let's take a short musical break. When we'll be back, we'll get to talk about the topic of the day in terms of the late Samuel Doe. And of course, there's just a lot to be tackled in terms of a dictatorship. Most people will term an African leader as a dictator in terms of them not giving in to their demands. We have seen the likes of I believe there's this book that was called the Green Book or something like that Gaddafi had written some times back. So you do have leaders like Gaddafi, whom everyone was told was a dictator. But then again, after his demise is when the people of Libya have come to realize that they have not known any peace ever since Gaddafi did get to die. So like I've told you, someone can be termed to be a dictator, but then in the reality, these people were not really a dictator. Instead, they had the African interest at first hand. They had the African interest in terms of promoting a better Africa, in terms of making Africa somewhere that anyone will come from all over the world and be very, very much comfortable to enjoy what Africa gets to offer. But you get to see some of these leaders were killed. Also, some of these leaders were tainted to be dictators, and as a result, the people were, the people went against them, and as a result you've seen some of them being brutally killed. But I am not talking about that, because there are some leaders who indeed they were dictators. Some are still serving dictators, and we are about, of course, to take a look at that. But before that, let's get to enjoy to some little of music. And remember, this is the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Blackwood Fire Network. And of course, we are going to take a look at the life of Samuel Doe, all the way from Liberia, because there's just a lot of interesting facts about this Samuel Doe, and I just got to find it really I just got to find it really crazy that some people, they say you live by a gun, you die by a gun. That is how the word has been. You live by a gun, you die by a gun. It's also we are also living in the world of a do me. But then again, let's just get to jump to some music as you get to wait on the topic of the day, because this is just about to be so nice, because I really love the information that I'm getting regarding that is the late Samuel Doe. And of course, feel free to give in your views regarding the same.
It's Snyder, the Don Dada, Snyder, the Don Dada, I'm more. Ini kama cake, mnadai hate. Kama sanitizer mina eradicate. Kama mbuku mina dai wa educate. Jua sina rela so si die relate. Bitches hating, bitches lying. Bitches saying sort of things I keep denying. Nilisema ni matanga wakakuja na mapanga. Nikisema ni kuhanya mkatoroka kama panya. Fresh from the east, na wakula kama feast. Mini lyrical disease, na wakunyo kama juice. Mkipasta disease kukoto kula full speed. Amwezini beating around so sweet. Matuta zimeiva ziko fresh. Majeki zimeiva ziko fresh. Swaga iko lit iko fresh. Mean girls nimeiva niko fresh. Maduza zimeiva ziko fresh. Swaga iko lit iko fresh. Majeki zimeiva ziko fresh. Mean girls nimeiva niko fresh. Ala ebunyonga hiyo bitch. GG mwiki 17 pim super S on the gas before S kuna M sijaribu kunimet. Pindo yule empress kama rat niko bless. Nasi kina dance. Yeah, yo, I do physicals, I don't do cash. Niki hooligan, kimengia bash. Sakiras kiban, selecta wote ban. Pull up, tumeshikisha yo. Kodo macho, kodo yeah. Tomato, nikinyanya zikinyanya yeah. Matuza zimeiva ziko fresh. Majeki zimeiva ziko fresh. Swaga iko lit iko fresh. Mean girls nimeiva niko fresh. Matuza zimeiva ziko fresh. Swaga iko lit iko fresh. Majeki zimeiva ziko fresh. Mean girls nimeiva niko fresh. Badan kadan nimekataa kukam. Itamaji run to a bash ni fan. Baby water once at kishash kiban. Na kishash kiban kumutu bada than. Isokote mini piece from the east. Randi hii mutaki kete pana sasini. Takondo sikarati. Sayule mazimshi, Frika muka fenesi, Sika bemi sin chip ala. I got the sauce, I got the koala, nice swagger, Simini dapper, dope mwaza, Sini waswala, Mazio mala. Tuta zimeiva ziko fresh, Majeki zimeiva ziko fresh, Swaga iko lit iko fresh, Mean girls nimeiva niko fresh, Maduza zimeiva ziko fresh, Swaga iko lit iko fresh, Majeki zimeiva ziko fresh, Mean girls nimeiva niko fresh.
Karibuni sana to the Calmie African Diary Show. It is all about some positive vibes coming our right way all here from Africa. And of course, the title of the jam was fresh. It is all about some fresh hits from the Nairobi. I do trust that your Monday morning is turning out okay. But if it is not turning out okay, that is in terms of your expectation, trust me, please keep pressing on, because everybody has their own challenges. But what matters is how you get to emerge from that challenge, because it is part and parcel of nature to exist in challenges at some point. So it is just all about putting a smile and telling yourself that is indeed not the end of the world. And I'd just like to move to the main topic of the day in terms of the Liberian dictator, that is at Samuel Doe. And of course, this was one leader who was born in the year May 6th, that is the year 1951, and he served as a Liberian leader. I almost spoke something else. He served as a Liberian leader from the year 1980 to 1990. That is just the 10 years, but we are not interested in the duration that he served. Rather, we are interested in what did get to put this particular man in the limelight. In what did get to make people hate this man, considering that during this time, most African countries had already gotten, of course, their independence. Most African countries had gotten their independence. And as a result, most Africans expected that the leaders they'll put into power will get to treat them right. And one thing about the Liberian flag is that it's just a weird flag. If you get to take a look at this flag, you'll be like, is this in the US? Is this? It doesn't really look like any African flag, considering that it is believed that Liberia did gain independence in the year. This is a very early year for Liberia, that Liberia did get to gain independence in the year 1847. So I'm just wondering, since 1847, no one in Liberia had ever taken the time to sit down and design their flag to be so African. Because I believe the moment I get to take a look at my flag, I'll be like, okay, at least I am free from the white man's oppression. But if I get to sit down and take a look at my flag, and it's still more of a reminder of who colonized me, it is still more of a reminder that I am not in an African country, then there is no independence there. But whether you get to change your flag or not, I believe also the leaders that you do get to put into power have really messed our countries. So take a look at this. Liberia did get to gain independence in the year 1847. And I'm talking about one man, one ex-military officer. And if you have realized the pattern in most African countries, that whenever a coup d'etat gets to happen in a state, most of the perpetrators behind this, they are military men. Of course, there's just a lot of powers from the military, because they can get to overturn a government if they choose to. Because they say, if you are a leader and you have the military at your disposal, then you can't get to rule the government the way you want. So when Samuel Doe did get to come into power, of course, he was not the first president. And when he did get, to come into power, he had organized a coup d'etat and took over as a president. Remember, this is a country that did get to gain independence in the year 1847. So we are having one dictator after another. After the white man had gone, and now the people of Liberia would have felt like this is more like freedom to us. This is more like us having a second chance to have a leader who is indeed going to represent us. Well, too bad for them, that did not get to happen, because we did have one leader who made sure he reminded them that with power I can't do anything. So just to take you through Samuel Doe, he was accused, of course, of running the government illegitimately, because remember, this is one man who took over power after a coup d'etat. And I've told you, this is not the first time this is happening in Africa. Different African states, most of these leaders who are in power, they have taken it after a coup d'etat. Some of them, it was a failed coup d'etat. They tried it again and did get to win, and that has been it for them. And when he did get into power, and this just gets to remind me of how Kenya is right now, that you have leaders who get to form about rules that are going to favor them, rules that are going to make sure their generation will be covered in the next years to come. Rules that, irrespective of how you and me get to vote against them, it is still not going to affect them. So when Doe came into power, he made sure that he suspended, of course, the country's constitution for 5 years. Only later for him to again make the same constitution that was going to favor him, and as a result, he did get to win, and he became the 21st president of Liberia after the support of the USA. That is, of course, what did get to happen. And this is not the first time that you do have the USA, or of course, this is not the first time that you do have Western influence into the African politics. That the whites in general cannot just leave Africans to vote for their own leaders. That Western countries cannot give Africans the freedom to express what they want, the freedom to choose a leader, the freedom and rights to vote for a leader whom they really want without their interference. This is not the first time we are hearing this happening in history. In Kenya also, during the last general elections, there were those allegations, now I definitely believe they are true, that we did have the US come to help with the winning of the elections. Well, there you have it. This is indeed not the first time. And in terms of that, we're not even, our issue is not even in terms of who helped him. But this was one leader who, was accused of high-end corruption and tribalism that did get to favor his tribe. Hello, Keith.
Good morning, Calmie. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm doing fine.
That's good. How was your weekend?
My weekend was great. I cannot complain.
Okay. That's good to hear. So what's the topic of discussion, if I might ask?
We are talking about Samuel Doe, the ex-Liberian president, who was, I was getting to that, but let me just say it. He was a dictator, and his end was not so good, because during his time as a dictator, we did get to find, of course, it is more like a military coup that was organized, but you did get to find rebels abducting him and torturing him on live television to show other dictators that this will be the end of you if you get to dictate the people around. Yes.
Was that guy named Robert Williams or something like that?
No, this is Samuel Doe. This is Samuel Doe, all the way from Liberia.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, he was deposed a while ago, right?
Yes.
Because I know it was him that I think they put they had a woman in there a few years ago. So when was he deposed, Calmie? What year was
1990 or 1989. They have not specified, but between 1989 and 1990.
Oh,
Then they did. Yes.
okay. I know it's so long. Okay, that was a while ago. I know it was that long ago. So they had a woman in there. Now they got a man in there. So we're talking about Liberia, right? Liberia.
Yes, it's all about Liberia. Yes.
Liberia was.
I think the woman that you're talking about is Johnson Sirleaf, something like that.
Yeah, I think that's her. But Liberia had a problem years ago when you had slaves from America that returned to Liberia, and the Africans were upset that the other Africans came back home, and that caused strife because the other Africans started building. The slaves that came back to Liberia started building. The other Africans got jealous and mad. That caused like a civil war, and it destroyed the country. That was some weird years ago. So that's weird. I mean, it's African people. I learned that history. I said, what? They got angry and upset because the Africans came back, so who were taken away from the country. Yeah, started a war years ago. So because the capital of the country is Monrovia, right?
Yes.
Monrovia, something. Yeah, because it was President Monroe. Yeah, President Monroe in America said, "Yeah, you guys are of Liberian descent. They're gonna let you out of slavery and go back to Liberia." Liberians didn't like that.
Definitely.
So because there's something I want you guys to watch, or make you guys watch it. It's about unity, but it's about learning to love each other as the same people and to know you're the same people. So some of them make you guys watch on I'm gonna ask Jovi when Jovi's on Amazon. Jovi, ask Jovi, did she come across this movie called Underground Railroad when she was on Amazon last night for me, Calmie?
She said not yet, but she did get to send me the password today, so I'll be able to log in to Amazon as well. It's a long series. I want you guys to it's a long series. I want you guys to watch at least like 2 episodes a night. Tell me what you think. So I want you guys to understand. A lot of Africans come to America and they disrespect fellow Africans that have been here, that were enslaved. That has a lot of strife. As me and Spikes talked about on shows, caused a lot of strife. So you need to know the history. They need to know African. I say Africans here need to know Africans, but I know African history, so I don't disrespect no African people. I'm African, so I don't respect us on the continent, on America, in Brazil. I know world history, so I don't disrespect us nowhere I find us at, because I know our history. So most of them don't know our history. So the movie, it's got a lot of discrepancy, but it doesn't show a lot of the gore shows. It's kind of like whitewash too. It doesn't show enough. It's not as brutal as slavery was with the raping and the beating, but you get a good understanding of what's going on. So, but I want you guys to watch that and tell me what you guys think. Okay, I will definitely get to watch onto that. And in terms of that, I believe most of these movies nowadays, they are really trying to teach the people what did get to happen, or teaching the people what is happening.
You think so? I don't think they're trying to teach us. I think it's bad to keep making. I don't think they're trying to teach us. Think of any Africans. Some of them know slavery. Some of them don't. Some of them, the guy came from South Sudan to America. Said, "I ain't know it was Africans in America." I was like, "Damn, you stupid!" But that's not his fault. That's the way they were raised. They didn't know anything. So I was like, "Damn, you dumb." But anyway, I don't know. They're trying to teach us, Cam. I think white people like to see us enslaved. You got to understand the mindset. White people get off on seeing black people impoverished, seeing us enslaved. It's like porn for them. It puts a rush, like, yes, Africans, we used to rule them and enslave and beat them and whip them and rape them. They get excited, they love, they like, ooh, yes.
It's finally happening.
So as Africans, we don't understand that. That's why we always see all these different slave movies. And a lot of African Americans can't look at them like, God damn, another slave movie. They never wanted to have a movie where they empower you. But I thought this was a good movie to watch. But you guys watch, but you guys understand the mindset. Told a little truth. I want you to understand the mindset of Europeans. Because part of the movie showed them trying to genocide their ass. Because they had escaped. The girl finally, I think she was crying too much all the time. You're a slave getting away. You're not going to cry. It's going to make you tougher. She was crying a little too much. Oh, God, they white people killing us and what they do. I said, okay, lady, come on. You're crying too much. You know they always killing you. They come to kill you. Come on. Stop with all the, I'm just saying, Carrie, she would have been a little tougher. The main progenitor in the movie, she would have been a little tougher because she knew what she was dealing with. You can't keep crying. She ran away from the plantation. Let me just give a gist of it. She thought her mother had left her, right? Had ran away from slavery and left her as a little girl. So she was bitter and mad to her mother. At the end, she doesn't know that her mother had died, right? She didn't know her mother had died. Her mother would never left her. She was angry at her mom. She didn't know her mother had some trauma. You'll see what they do on those planets. It's some vicious shit. These white people are fucked. It is vicious. She didn't know that her mom was dealing with some stuff that from the plantation that psychologically had her messed up. And so she walked off one day, just walked off, right? And she didn't, her mind had, breaking a black woman's mind, her mind had broke, Calmie. So she walked off, just started walking because her mind was gone, right? It ended up in a swamp. And she's like, God damn, I'm in a, then she woke up like, God damn, a swamp. And before she knew she was in the swamp, Calmie, snakes started biting her ass, and snakes started, before the snake started biting her, and she died in the damn swamp. And the poisonous snakes got her. And that's where she died. She died in that swamp. So I hope the whole movie, when she grew up and ran away, and they made it to this first town. She didn't know, like I told you, they've always experimented on us. They were looking around and she was learning. She was kind of happy. She was still in the South. And the slave catchers were coming to get her ass. And the boy who got away with her, the young man who got away with her. So they were like, why are there no black children in this town? They didn't realize that the white people were genociding their ass, right? White people killing them. No, we're not having any black children. And she figured, I said, whoa, these people are killing us. Yes. So that was true. I'm glad they put that. I was surprised they put that in there. Yes, they've always genocided us here in Africa. All thing was always to wipe us out. Always to wipe black people out. So she's like, hey, we got to get out of here. These people are genociding our ass. So, but the slave catcher had caught up to her by then. Well, no, it caught up to him, the young man who escaped with her. So she didn't want to leave without him, but she had to. And so they ripped him to shreds. They took him outside, and as white people do, they tore him apart. They tore the young man apart, ripped his ass apart. Yeah, they ripped him apart. They just ripped him apart. Ripped the human being apart. So she made it to North Carolina. And then, she was in another town where she gets to that town. You got black people hanging from trees everywhere. Everybody's dead, hanging from trees. Yeah.
That is some creepy movie. But then again, it gets to really explain what is happening. And in terms of, the white man killing us, I just recall some episodes from when they see us, they get to force you admit to some mistakes that you have not done. They get to, make you lie on one another's, on your brothers, just for them, to come about with to fulfill their own agenda. So definitely, we are going to watch it.
Times change, Cammy. They don't. Times change. They don't. Because I try to tell you guys, this thing is death. These wicked motherfuckers, we reincarnate. We reincarnate, Cammy.
Yeah.
The Africans lost that. That's African history. We reincarnate. So when we reincarnate and you think they change, they don't. The same wicked motherfuckers 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 300 years ago. Times change, they don't. So it's the same thing. You'll see young innocent black children. Hey, what'd you do? You know you raped that white woman. You know you raped her. Just tell the truth. You don't get to go home. I get to go home. I get to go home.
These are minors. Okay, perhaps you can repeat the name of the movie so that I can write it on the chat.
It's called The Underground. Oh, let me look it up. Make sure I got it right. It's called The Underground Railroad. Let me look at this. Amazon. Let me see. Amazon Prime movie. Yeah, I think it's Underground. Let me see what it is. Watch videos. Underground Railroad. I think it is. Make sure I got it right. Because they're showing it. Man, they got some new movie. Where's this movie at? Where's it at? Let's see here. They've been allowed. Let me see. Yeah, they got a whole bunch of crazy shit on here now. Damn. Might not sure because I just seen it. What? Breach. Where's it at? Oh. Okay, yeah, it's called. I'm just gonna share my screen so you know what it look like. I'm not gonna show it. I'm just gonna share my screen so you know what it looks like. Let me share this. Okay, so it's gonna be, and sad fact is right there. This is it's true, but this is some sad shit right here. Let me show this. Okay, let me know if you see my screen. You see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, it's right with this little boy called the Underground Railroad, right? It's called the Underground. So this little boy was helping the white people catch slaves. This little Negro boy. I would have shot the shit out this kid. I would have strangled the shit out this motherfucking child.
It needs to be torn apart too.
I would have shot this shit. I don't know why the lady didn't. I would have shot the shit out this little boy. I would have killed his ass. So, because he was this little motherfucker was vicious. Because his mind, he's raised to be a coon. He's raised to, help capture black people that were on the run. So, this is right. So that's her running and all this. So I wonder if I can play a clip of this damn thing. Hold on. Let me see for a second. Let me try to play a clip real quick. Hold on. Let me just play a trailer of it. I don't want to play the whole thing. I just want to play the trailer. Where's the trailer? Episode. Where's the trailer? I don't want that. See, it's got 10. Is it 10 episodes? Oh, okay. Here go the trailer. Let me see. Bonus trailer. I just want to see the trailer. Okay. Let's just check out the trailer real quick. Get my thing started.
Here.
Why my thing freezing? Why isn't that playing? Why's my thing not playing?
It's taking its time.
I don't know. Something I'm doing wrong. Why isn't that playing? What's this thing doing? I don't know. Let me do it again. Let's try this again. I just want to play the trailer. Okay. I just want to play a trailer.
Ere I saw a dappled wonder settling across the fields, hovering on angel wings, brandishing a blazing shield.
Where do they go? The ones that run away and never return. There is nothing here but suffering, pain, and suffering.
They killed. That's the guy they tore apart. Him. He took her. He freed her. He said, "Come on, let's go. We got to get out of here."
Bulletin is wanted for the murder of a child.
Man lost my one.
That's her mama.
They would. Ain't no way he ever given up on finding me.
There's anger in you. It'll fuel you, yes. What's the worst kind of fuel? The worst kind.
Savagery man is capable of when he believes his cause to be just.
You came all this way on the railroad?
Yeah. Let God know those peoples.
Nothing was given. All is earned. Hold on to what belongs to you. Mm-hmm. What's their name?
Wow, this is definitely a master watch. This is definitely a master watch a movie. And of course, I just want to highlight on the fact that, there's revenge at the end of the day, because definitely I wouldn't mind revenging anyone on what they have done to me.
But she was it's sad that every time she got away and met someone, every I don't know, I don't want to spoil the movie. Every time she fell in love with someone, they got murdered. That she got away, the dude was relentless. He tracked her all the way from all these different states, from Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee to Indiana. So it was a long journey. What's going on, Mumpy Danford? So it was a long journey, and I don't like the way it ended though. I was like, damn, did she ever get some? I don't like everybody's fucking dead. But they told the truth though. Shit, told a lot of truth. Because one guy she got caught with, she got away and then got caught again. He said, "Fuck it, I'm not going to try to run away no more." But so he died. He just said, "Fuck, I'm just going to die. Fuck it, all this shit." And it shows you how they gave you white Jesus. I'm glad it showed that part too. You crying to some cracker, and these crackers are the ones that's killing you. Oh, white Jesus, why are they killing us so? I said I would go online man, I was tired. I did a show earlier, Mup. I couldn't do another show. My voice. I came back. I was gonna do another show again. I couldn't, man. And they was messing with the other channel when I went live the first time. I said 2 hours is enough. I can't do another 4 or 5 hours. My voice be messed up. I just couldn't come back again, Mumpy. I did one show. Can't you guys be satisfied with one show? Everybody get mad when I do 5 and 6, 7, 8 shows a day. God damn. My voice
because your voice keeps disappearing. I see.
My voice right now, Mumpy, it's messed up. I don't sound like me no more. I sound like a rough old crazy man.
But it's all about taking a lot of warm water. Bombe Danfa, good morning to you too, and peace unto you too. Keith, definitely you're going to take a look at that. And it's for a matter of fact, religion has also highly contributed to slavery. It is still ongoing even in these modern.
Of course, when they learned that when they started taking slaves, they captured them out. That's why when they went back into Africa to colonize it, they used the religion again, used the Christian. And what is Africans mostly worse? The Christian shit, the lie. They worship that shit. It's a lie. It's a lie when they gave it. They said the most wickedest people on the planet gonna treat you to worship them, tell you that they're a god. These people have been raping, murdering, brutalizing. So I'm glad that guy said it on the last episode. He said, these crackers, I love what he said, these crackers have been murdering us since we got off the slave ship. These wicked bastards, we in there worshiping, we in there worship this shit with these people. They're the most wickedest motherfuckers on the planet. I said, thank God this dude is telling the truth.
Yes.
His mind is messed up. They still were saying they're gonna kill him. He's gonna die. You know, he's gonna get a speech because they're gonna round the. He's gonna be runaway slaves, Cam. They finally got away. And with black people, when you're left alone, you don't know this. You start rising. That's why they can't leave Africa. Why Africa's all fucked up. When African people are left alone, Cammy, you're loving. You always rise back to the top. When you're not caught with lies, religion, you always. That's why before the European, Africa's rich. Wasn't poor, wasn't impoverished. Africa doesn't know because there's no history. Africa's history is rich. You're supposed to be rich, Cammy. They tell you it's good to be poor with Jesus. Fuck that. You're rich. You're an African. So when you guys are talking about, when Joey talk, a man needs money. Yeah, you're not supposed to be poor. Africans are not supposed to be poor. That's not our history, not our culture. It's been imposed by you, by wicked motherfuckers who've stolen everything from us. Africans are not poor. We're not supposed to be poor. And we don't accept poverty. We're not supposed to accept no poverty because you give me some dumbass religion. It's good to be poor and be black and be impoverished. And thank you, white man. Fuck that. We're not supposed to be impoverished.
That is not supposed to be our way. And Keith, I'd love to know your view regarding this situation in Samuel Ado, whereby they believed that it is an eye for an eye. That to him they did get to abduct him and get to assassinate him on a live television.
He was doing a lot
of ending a dictatorship in Liberia.
Wasn't he abusing people Cammy, wasn't he abusing people
Yes, and killing them, and there was also different forms of corruption and also tribalism.
Cammy, I'm gonna tell you this: every African president in Africa, right now, should be taken out and shot in the fucking head. Right now, they are doing it. Right now, they are puppets. Same thing we got in America. Since white supremacy has stolen the wealth of Africa, they've allowed them to build an economy. Now remember, they had no economy, Cammy. That's why I want you guys to know this. They were wretched, impoverished, fucked up. So when they get Africa, they now start becoming wealthy. And now, because that's when, like when let me show this. Like when I showed Spike said, well, why the African, I didn't agree with it. They said, why the African sleep with all these white women? They thought that they put melanin is the God gene. You knew that. They try to put melanin in white people's gene pool to make them civilized. Even though they educated them, they never really civilized white people. That was the ideal. So when you got, like I told, it's not too long in the distant past. At least Mumpy knows his history. You were on top, Cammy. You've always usually been on top of the planet. But you were righteous. You treated people fairly. You wasn't trying to rape nobody, kill nobody, steal nobody, all this crazy shit, right? But the last rulership you had came out of, was called the Moors, coming out of Africa. Now, they were a little brutal. I will admit, they were like anybody white talking crazy, them got murdered because they were the power. But they did educate the European. That's why they got back in Africa, and now they run the planet. Everything today is run off Moorish science. So Mumpy Dapper, when you think about, you said the Moors took, when they say Islam, they're not talking about the Islam of, you think Orthodox Islam. The Africans didn't teach that. We stopped being human and nice. Yeah, well, we got to stop being human. That's our nature, be human. Like, look at Calmie and Joe, they're human. You remember a couple of weeks ago when Joby said, oh, we got to pray for the Indians. You remember that? Let's pray for the Indians. Can't stand our ass and are murdering black African people left and right. But Joby's humanity not knowing who and we're right, and we don't know our enemies. Joby said, "Oh, yo, Spike." Joby said, "Let's pray for the Indians. Let's do what we can and pray for these wretched bastards."
Joby says that the COVID in India is crazy, so she needs to go do her prayers on Sunday because she feels that the Indians need to be prayed for. But anyhow, that's the humanity of our people. You know, that's the humanity of our people anyway.
It's our humanity, and it's right. It has hurt us. It has hurt us, Mumpy. Everywhere we go, we don't know enemy. The African is normally loving. That's our nature. Yeah. So our nature has been a problem. It's been a problem. We allow everybody in, just like the Africans opened door for the Chinese. They thought the Chinese are not our friends. Never been our friends. But they're like, well, come on in. You know, you'll help us. We'll help you. They know the Chinese like, man, these dumbass niggas are nice. We're going to take over this fucking place.
You had the Nigerian brother we had on the show sometimes back. He said that, you know, they came in to help us make more factories. And they came to help us create jobs in Nigeria. That was what was his name? His name was Lami Prince from Nigeria.
Why couldn't he say, listen here, why can't we make our own factories? Why do we need other people?
That's a problem. We have to rely on anyone else.
Why do we need other people, Spikes? You got the Africans have the intelligence to build all that shit. So why do we need Chinese?
Yeah.
Who treat us like shit?
The thing is the mindset. You know, if you have a reliance, you have a mindset is always relying on anyone else, then you never do it yourself. That's why we do not have factories. But I was surprised they have a car factory. They have a car processing. They have a car making plant in Nigeria. They're doing well. I think they're doing well for themselves.
It was got to be African wide. Then they want in Ghana too. There's one in Nigeria, one in Ghana. So it's got to become continental wide.
In Kenya, we were supposed to have one known as a Pioneer, which was sponsored by the second president, Daniel Arap Moi. And I don't know if it took off. The project was supposed to make some cars known as a Pioneer. I'm not sure. I think it failed. I haven't seen. I think it failed.
It didn't fail. Somebody stole the money, Spikes. Let's be honest.
Someone probably took the money and went away with the money.
Let's be honest. But it wouldn't have failed because it would have paid cheaper. Kenya would have been afforded. It would have been a success. Tell you, any car company
reverse engineering.
It would have been a success, and so that would also innovated technology in Kenya. One success propels another success. So you would have had the technology, and you would have got better with the technology. And the cars would have been, since they were manufactured in Kenya, it would have cut the price of cars by 3 times the cost.
Yeah,
so
true.
It just means somebody's like, fuck this, I'm gonna take a piece out the pot. You take a piece.
All the money went missing. I see Bombi Damfa is also with us on the stream. I think we shall be ending this live. We have a guest in the studio already, and we shall be doing the other show. We have a wonderful actress, and she also happens to be a singer and musician.
If you call me, Spike, it's my fault. Everything, I was sleeping, all my phones, everything was off. I was like, Spike, you might have did.
It's all right. It's all right. I want Bombi Damfa to join us as well on the other show. Anyone who is able to join us on the other show, the Express show, please make sure you join us. Like I said, we do have a wonderful guest in the studio. She goes by the name Maureen Coates. You can check her out.
You're going to be on StreamYard.
On Mevo. We'll use a Mevo camera.
Call in, Mumpy. The number is something.
Yeah, it's 254-754-42730. Anyone who would like to call in and ask some questions about the film industry in Africa or in Kenya, you are much welcome to do so. So I think I'll end this live. Yeah, I'll end this live, but I will be getting ready for the next one.
I'm gonna make you watch that movie too, Spikes. You'll never
Which movie?
Which movie? When I just told Calmie out to
okay. I'll find it on Amazon.
After we get done, our show. After you guys get done with that show, I'll come back on the show. We'll do a test stream. I'll talk to all you guys.
Okay. So thank you so much to everyone that has joined us on the show. We hope that you are having a wonderful
Hey, hold on. Let me say what's up. Hold on. Wait.
Yeah.
Probably need to get Calmie some kind of pillow or something. Sit on.
Yeah, because our back is really. But we'll talk that. We'll just check it behind the scene. Let's just do it on the stream. Oh
yeah, I forgot we're live. Shit.
Yeah. It's okay.
What's up, man?